Have a nice day to all. I am Cassian Perera. This channel name is also Cassian Perera. By which this channel I am conducting videos on engineering studies, especially on engineering mathematics, fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, solid mechanics, mechanics of machines. I have conducted 164 videos up to now. Today is the 165th video. Today I am going to conduct about on complex numbers. Let's see what happens. How to find cos 10 theta and sin 10 theta. Now, actually, we know about small angles, cosines and sines. Now, how to find huge times of theta? So, cosine and sine of cosine of sine and huge times of theta. Let's see, find it. As we know by heart, cos 2 theta and sin 2 theta, and it's very simple to obtain this formula. Cos 2 theta is equal to 2 times cos squared theta minus 1. That is actually in terms of cosines only. And sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. Actually, we have derived in our advanced level studies. In a very simple way. And hence, as cos 3 theta and sin theta also. Cos 3 theta is equal to cos 3 theta is equal to 4 times cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. Sin 3 theta is equal to 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. Now, let's see for huge angles, say cos 10 theta and sin theta, how do you find it? How to find the trig functions for such an angle, huge coefficient of theta? Now, actually, the solution can be found by using De Moivre's theorem and with the application of the binomial theorem. Actually, when you are studying about complex numbers, this you are coming across with this special theorem. It's called De Moivre's theorem. And let's see application of De Moivre's theorem. Now, first, say a complex number is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Actually, this is the polar representation of the complex number. Now after that, let's see what consider the z to the power 10. Then raising both sides of the above equation to the power of 10. Now, if you raised both sides of the above equation, this is about 10 is equal to whole thing of cos theta plus sin theta, I sin theta, to about 10. Now, applying De Moivre's theorem, De Moivre's theorem says, now, when you raise the cos theta plus I sin theta to about 10, this it is very simple, simplified very clearly. Cos 10 theta plus I sin 10 theta. It is generally multiply the angle by the power. Yes, then is it about 10 is equal to cos 10 theta plus I sin 10 theta. Say it's equation 1. Now, this is the equation. It is about 10 is equal to cos 10 theta plus I sin 10 theta, equation 1. Now, let's see how to, if you apply the binomial theorem for this cos theta plus I sin to the power 10. If you apply this binomial theorem, we get this huge expression. Now, if you wrote this likewise, is cos to the power 10, cos to the power 9, cos to the power 8, cos to the power 7, cos to the power 6, cos to the power 5, cos to the power 4, cos to the power 3, cos to the power 2, cos to the power 1, and cos to the power 0. And sin to the power 0, sin to the power 1, sin to the power 2, sin to the power 3, sin to the power 4, sin to the power 5, sin to the power 6, sin to the power 7, sin to the power 8, sin to the power 9, sin to the power 10. Now, actually, here, the degree of the whole term must be 10. 10 here. If we plus the degree is 10 here, cos to the power 9 and sin to the power 1. And here, cos to the power 8, sine to the power 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Here, cos to the power 7, sine to the power 3. 7 plus 3, 10. Likewise, 6 plus 4, 10. 5 plus 5, 10. 4 plus 6, 10. 3 plus 7, 10. Likewise, you can write. But how do you find the coefficients of these terms? Now, it comes from Pascal's triangles, or using binomial theorem, we can find is 10CR. R ranges from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, these coefficients we can find using binomial theorem, otherwise using Pascal triangle. Then they becomes first coefficient is 1, final coefficient is also 1, and 10, 45, and 120, and 210, 252, 210, 120, 45, 10, and 1. Now, this plus and sign minus sign became, now if we got here we have I. What is the meaning of I? I is equal to the square root of minus 1. Square root of minus 1. If you got I squared, that is square root of minus 1. Squared means squared get cancelled. That is, it becomes minus 1. Now, likewise, now say here I to the power 0, here I to the power 1. That is I here. And here I squared means minus 1. That's why we get minus sign here. And I cube, this term is I cube. I cube means I squared into I. I squared is minus 1 into I. Here is I. And I to the power 4 means I squared, 4th is squared. I squared is minus 1. Minus 1 squared means plus 1. That's why we have plus 1. And here I to the power 5 means I to the power 4 into I. I to the power 4 means plus 1 into I. That is I. I to the power 6 means here I to the power squared cube. I to the power square means minus 1. Minus 1 cube means minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. That is minus 1. And I to the power 7 means I to the power 6 into I. I to the power 6 means minus 1 into I. That is minus I. I to the power 8 means I to the power squared to the power 4. That is, I to the power squared means minus 1. Minus 1 to the power 4 means plus 1. And I to the power 9 means I to the power 8 into I. I to the power 8 is plus 1 into I. I to the power 10 means I squared to the power plus 5. I squared means minus 1. Minus 1 to the power plus 5 means minus 1 again. Then we get all simplified like this here. Then you get mix of terms with and without I. And with I means those are imaginary terms and others are pure terms. Then we can separate into pure and imaginary terms. Like here. Here, this is a pure, full pure, actually. Here, imaginary term and real term. Here, real and imaginary part. We can divide this is also complex number. This is about 10 is also a resource complex number. We can divide into two real parts and imaginary parts. Now, if you divided this one, I have written same thing here, and real parts are cos about 10 and minus 45 cos about 8 theta sine squared theta, and here 210 cos to the power 6 theta sine to the power 4 theta, and here minus 210 cos about 4 theta sine to the power 6 theta, it's minus, and here plus 45 cos squared theta sine to the power 8 theta, and finally minus sine 10 to the power 10 theta. Those are the real parts, real part and real numbers, and I parts and imaginary parts is here. I into here, we can take it out, I, and here we have first term is 10. 10 cos 9 sine, and minus 120 cos 7 sine cube, and 252 cos 5 sine 5, minus 120 cos cube sine 7, and 10 cos theta sine 9 theta. Now, if we separated Then, and we can have same expression is about 10 is about 10. Then if you have left hand sides are equal and right hand sides must be equal, then we can write in the real parts size equating real parts cos 10 theta is equal to the real part cos about 10 minus 45 cos 8 sine squared plus 210 cos about 6 sine about 4 theta uh, minus 210 cos about 4 theta sine 6 per theta and plus 45 cos square theta sine to the power 8 theta minus sine to the power 10 theta. And equating imaginary parts, here imaginary part is sine to 10 theta, here imaginary part is 10 cos to the power 9 sine theta and minus 120 cos to the power 7 sine cube theta plus 252 cos to the power 5 theta sine to the power 5 theta and minus 120 cos cube theta sine 7 theta. So sine to the power 7 theta plus 10 cos theta sine to the power 9 theta. And we got those expressions very easily. This is the procedure if you have any type of angles to find the expressions for the huge coefficients angles using de Moivre's theorem and binomial theorem. Now, if you have, we can have some comments. You can write comments under this video. Please share with others, and and if you have some questions, please note down it under this video. Thank you.